All right, so we're here with New York Times bestselling author Tucker Max, and I guess we'll start off with basically the story that I've been covering over the past week about this whole bookstore fiasco and why you're supposed to come to our campus, which we were really excited about.
Yeah.
So have you ever had that happen before?
Yeah, actually on this tour. UVA invited me to come. The bookstore at UVA really wanted me to come. They set everything up, like begged me to come. Like after the tour was set, like we'll do this, we'll do that, like did all this sort of stuff. And then, so I'm like, okay, fine, you know, whatever, another signing. Set it up, and then they canceled like 4 days before we were supposed to do it. And I was like, you guys asked me to come, and then you're canceling it? Like, how the fuck does this make sense? And, you know, apparently there's a lot, like UVA campus is full of actual rapists and murderers. Like, no shit, dude. Like, apparently a couple students killed each other in the last year, and there's all kinds of bad shit going on. And somehow they think that uninviting me will help solve the problem with the students that they admitted. I don't know, dude.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't answer for the idiocy of college administrators.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, what happened with you guys, you might know more than I do. All I know is that the Butler bookstore asked me to come, and I was like, cool, I've never been to Indy before. I love Butler. I'm more than willing to go. We set it up, booked the signing, and then the Butler bookstore told, it's run by Follett's, I think, right? Yeah. They told Simon & Schuster that the Butler administration essentially told them to disinvite me. And Follett's was like, look, you know, we're on campus by their invitation. We can't really, we have to do what they say. So it's not, we're sorry, but we have to, like, you know, cancel this. And that's all I know, dude.
Yeah. The only things I really know about it is what you told me, because when I went to Follett, they gave me an email, a person to contact. They didn't tell me anything.
They didn't respond, and no one in the
administration didn't tell me anything.
Of course not. Of course not. Because that's how people who want to lie and control you, that's how they work it, is they just hide. They don't answer, and they obfuscate, and then they don't have to, you know, their lies and their hypocrisy don't have to come to light.
Yeah. So do you think that it's hurt you at all, or do you think it's just showing that you're causing the kind of controversy that you love to make?
There's no such, I won't say there's no such thing as bad press. I think Eminem said it's great being hated because it shows that you made it. It's the same sort of thing, dude. Like, this sort of stuff, no one hates on the anonymous and unimportant. And just because it's an administrator, like a Butler hating on it, doesn't make it, it's not functionally different than some, you know, idiot troll on some blog that nobody reads, since, you know, whatever. Whatever. I mean, I still sell millions of books. I'm still, you know, I am who I am. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day.
So, were you excited to come visit the home of the national runners-up for the NCAA tournament?
Dude, yeah, like I was saying before, man, I'm from Kentucky. Obviously, Wildcats are my favorite team. And once the Wildcats lost to West Virginia, all I was really hoping for was either Duke's plane would go down and they would all die, or you guys would beat them. Oh, man, when Gordon Hayward missed that shot, I almost wanted to cry. I didn't give a crap about Butler. I mean, you guys could fucking die in a fire for all I care. And I was rooting for you guys so hard that game. But yeah, now I was talking to the manager of the bookstore. Apparently, there's really nothing to see in Indy. Like, you can go see what the Colts play, and that's it. Right?
There's Conseco Fieldhouse. There's the RCA Dome. There's Butler and like
Butler's Fieldhouse is where like the Hoosiers like was set or whatever. Other than that, there's like nothing. Right.
That's historic Indy. The Speedway, I guess, if you're here in May.
Right, of course, right. The Indianapolis 500, but if it's not May, it's just an oval of asphalt. Great.
Great times. So now that we've kind of covered that, what do you think being an author has kind of like helped you grow up, or do you think it's being a way to like maintain just being like a young adult for the rest of your life?
Well, dude, I'm not gonna be. If I was 44 doing the same shit I did at 24, that would be disastrous. That would be a massive failure in my life. Like, that would mean something had gone wrong. Yeah. And think about it. Like, it's no different than if you were playing with G.I. Joes now. It's like, dude, that's cool when you're, 11. It's not cool when you're 21. Yeah. Same shit with me. I mean, what being an author has done is helped me make a lot of money and not have to work for some shithead, and it helps me, like, I can say fuck you before I hang up the phone now. Yeah. Like, that's what it's helped me do, right?
if I can say fuck you to anyone I want before I hang up the phone,
That's what fuck you money is. Saying fuck you before you hang up the phone, not after. And now I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, what's someone gonna do to me?
Exactly. So, like, I know a lot of your stories come from, like, when you were in Duke Law School.
Right.
I have a couple from when you were at University of Chicago. I'm originally from Chicago, so...
There's actually none when I'm at Chicago, I don't think. Saw a couple during the summers.
Okay.
But none actually from... Because, dude, I didn't go out. I didn't party because there was nothing to do. There were Saturday nights at Chicago where I stayed in because there wasn't a party to go to. I mean, I'm not saying, like, I didn't like the party or I didn't want to go to that party or I had to study. Like, I was 21, revved up, ready to go, and nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I know, it's like inconceivable. You guys go to real school, so it's inconceivable for you. Like, this, he's got to be exaggerating. Like, I believe his books, but I don't believe that. That's crazy. I'm telling you, dude. It's that much of a nerd school. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have friends that go there. I know.
They say that, right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
So, like, what were some things, like, what was your favorite part of college, I guess?
Favorite part of University of Chicago was probably the professors. There were a lot of really smart, really cool professors there, and if you took the time and got to know them and engage them, you could learn a lot. Like, I learned a whole lot, and I developed a lot intellectually at that school. Didn't really develop a lot, like, in terms of maturity, but intellectually, I got to that school thinking I was the smartest person smartest person on earth, and I left realizing I was not even the smartest person on my block, you know? Like, so it was really great in that regard. And plus I left in 3 years, and when I got to law school, I was so fucking ready to party because I had spent years 19, 20, 21 not partying. And then I got to law school and it was like I was an unguided missile, dude. And then I was around guys, you know, who went to Pittsburgh or Kansas, like all these other state schools who like knew how to party and were cool, and then it was off to the races. And that's kind of how all these stories came about. Was if I had partied, if I had gone to Butler, I don't know if I would have done the crazy shit in law school I did, because I would have gotten a lot of it out in undergrad. And I wouldn't have written about it because I was too drunk. But in law school, got nothing to do during the day. I'm like, this is funny.
So what was your least favorite part of college?
Everything except class.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Chicago's cold as fucking balls in the winter. Everyone there was a nerd. Even the cool people were nerds. It was just disastrous, and it was depressing, and like the hottest girl was like, if I put on a wig on, I was the top 5 hottest girl at that school. It was not the right place for me to. In one sense, it was not the right place for me to go. In another sense, I'm very glad I went because, you know, here I am. So.
Yeah.